What's up? This is Vince Del Monte. I want to do a quick sponsored shout out for the Accelerate channel on YouTube. It's an up and coming hub of all the top fitness talent on YouTube. I'm proud to be a part of it, and I want you to check it out. I'll put an annotation there below. Subscribe to their channel, and you can get motivated and inspired by some great channels. Everyone from CT Fletcher to Twin Muscle Workout to Elliot Halls to Lee Hayward to Cali Muscle Strength Project, Brandon Campbell, Nick Wright, Michael Corey Fitness, Barthel Fitness. Tons of great people who are really doing great things. So check out the Accelerate channel. Subscribe to it today. Now back to the show. All right, we got a hot question here from Evan McCabe. Hey, what's up, Evan? Evan's a friend of mine. He wants to know, do you need a supplement with at least 20 grams of BCAAs a day to experience their benefits? Yes. There's a research study that shows that optimal gains from BCAAs come from 0.22 grams per kilogram of body weight. So for most guys over 200 pounds, that's gonna be 20 to 40 grams per day. The best is to spread it out in between doses. I've told my clients that, to be honest, it's pretty much a waste of money to be taking 5 grams pre or post workout. You're really not gonna see much benefit from that kind of dose. And this is all from research done on Italian bodybuilders, natural Italian bodybuilders, and there was some research that supported that specific dose. And that's where I get that recommendation from. This all comes down to IIFYB, if it fits your budget. And if it fits your budget, it's something you can certainly introduce. For guys who are bulking, who've got 200-300 grams a day, probably might be something you wanna, it might not be something you need to do, but it's certainly not gonna hurt you. It's gonna make you even more anabolic than you are. But where I really strive to incorporate BCAAs is when I'm cutting. The best time to take branched chain amino acids are during your workout. And I would probably take 20 grams for my size during a workout. Powder, pills, doesn't matter. And if you're gonna go up closer to 40 grams a day, that dose that was that I mentioned, then you can take it half before, half after the workout. So there's different ways to do it, and I wouldn't really overthink it. When I'm bulking, I like to just take it during my workouts. When I'm cutting, I like to take half before, half after. The bottom line is that when you take BCAAs, you're gonna be more anabolic. I've heard a lot of people say branched chain amino acids are a waste of money. Well, not if you want to be more anabolic than the next guy. The question just comes down to how much difference does it really make? For some, it will make a difference, and it's going to involve a number of factors. I can confidently tell you that for me, I notice a difference, specifically in muscle soreness. I recover faster when I supplement with branched chain amino acids, even when my protein intake is the same across the board. So it's easy for me to make that recommendation, and there's a lot of different ways to supplement with them. One of my methods is to take them just during my workout. Other times I take 20 before, 20 after. So it depends on my level of leanness, whether I'm bulking, and I use different protocols for different goals. I go more in depth with the methods that I prescribe based on the type of workout that I'm doing and the goal of the program. So everything has to be put in context. So 5 grams a day of BCAAs really isn't gonna do much for you. Unless you're eating like 30 grams of protein a day. If you want to figure out if this is really a supplement worth taking, experiment with that higher dose and see what happens and track it for a good 6 to 12 weeks. Then I think you're gonna start changing your mind on the effectiveness of this supplement, okay? So I think most people that have come to that opinion are people that really just haven't tested the dosages at the upper limits. And you won't find a lot of research on this because, you know, who's going to fund this kind of study, right? It's, you know, who cares about bodybuilders and optimizing muscle protein synthesis, right? So something that you're going to have to kind of do your own self-experiment with. But check out that Italian study on natural bodybuilders. I think you'll find it interesting. So what I want to know to wrap up this video is, what have you experienced with BCAAs? Complete waste of money? Have you noticed benefits? At what dose did you find that your body started to see some changes or feel better or recover faster? Was it at the higher dose? Do you agree with me? 5 to 10 grams is pretty much a waste of time, waste of money? Or did you find the same thing I did? Was the higher dose more effective? And I'd like to know what you thought. Leave your comments below and let's hear from the other people who've actually tested this out. Heck, we've got literally thousands of people who watch these videos. So we can, you know, I mean, it's not a legit research experiment, but it's certainly something to consider when you start noticing trends over and over again. All right, we can start to think about things and maybe there's something to this. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Have a great night. 200 grams of protein a day, pound per, to wrap up from my experience, confidence as to, you know, that you're not kind of just throwing blah, 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 your macros, it may be seen, sorry.